Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new or just clicked on this video, thank you very much. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Today we are going to be doing a reading on the energies coming through the full moon in Libra. So we're going to be taking a look at the energies the universe wants us to be aware of, to be open for, to be cautious of, or to work on during the full moon in Libra. We are officially done with Mercury retrograde, so energies, especially in the realm of communication, should be lightening up. So definitely there's going to be a lot of energies communicating with the collective during this time. I am going to be using a couple of oracles and tarot to look into the messages the universe wants us to be aware of. I am using the Les Vampires oracle deck along with the Oracle of Shadows and Light to pick up the overall energies that are coming through. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please take what resonates, sit back and relax, and I hope you receive the messages and insight and clarity that it is needed. Sorry, quick little distraction. All right. Spirit, what do you have for the collective? I'm going to be honest, I had to kind of take a step back from the tarot for a bit. I'm going to be honest, this year it has definitely been very rough on the energies. I mean, considering everything that's happening. So it's been quite a doozy, but I'm getting better. All right. Feel pretty good. I took a nap today. I woke up early and did my chores, so I feel pretty good and productive, like a real adult. All right. What else do you have, Spirit? All right. This feels like a heavy warning for the collective. Something very tempting is coming in. So first we have is thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. Along with Sea Beacon Fairy, guidance, but where would it lead you? There is, I don't know, it feels like something whispering in the ears of the collective, some type of temptation, a calling in the shadows, like asking, begging for you to come in, to do something, tempting you with some type of riches, some type of, okay, I'm getting for some reason like a lustful energy in a way. So it's something within the shadows that is asking you to come and like satisfy your craving. But yeah, this Sea Beacon Fairy, this is very okay. Thank you, Spirit. This is giving me Succubus, Incubus energy. So it looks, and especially that we're entering spring in my hemisphere, things are a little bit more alive. The flowers are blooming, the weather is getting more nicer. And people are going to be interacting a little bit more. So I see that this is the time where these very sexual demonic energies are coming in to tempt the collective, just to basically drain them of their energy. Now, granted, with the full moon in Libra, Libras are like, in that energy, it's very heavily into like the love and the communication and the balance of you and your partner. But this energy here is just an energy of just dominating you in the bed, and not in the good way. So it looks like for this full moon, we are being told to really take precaution on what these temptations and cravings, and it doesn't have to be sexual, but to be mindful of these these temptations and cravings that we are having, because I see with the dark collective, they're going to be using these energies to lure you into their hands. However, I do sense like you want to satisfy something within you. Like, don't get me wrong, we're human. We have urges, we have cravings. We desire to be fulfilled, to be satisfied. And we can be satisfied, but we have to go about it in the right ways. Don't satisfy your thirst with just anybody. Like, okay, I feel like maybe for some of you, you may have like probably took an is it abstinence, or is it, what's the other word? I can't remember. Basically, like, you're just withholding yourself from sex for quite a while, and it seems like right now you're in that energy of like, I need my urges to be satisfied, but you don't want to be satisfied with just anybody, because you don't want to be inviting sexual demons into your house to satisfy your cravings. That's like a no, a big no, a red flag. And then, like I said, it's not just only sexual stuff. This could be like craving, the financial stability, and then going and doing something like schemes and scams and, even robbery to get that quick buck. So, yeah, with this full moon, the spirit is warning us to be very mindful of the thirst, of the satisfaction of our thirst. What outlets we can use to like solve our craving issues. I also see for some of you in the collective, hold on, I do see for some of you in the collective, there is an energy that is craving for you as well, and it's like doing everything and more that it can to get its hands on you. So also be mindful during this time, especially during this spring, as you're out. There are going to be people that are going to be tempting you to like come and hang out with them, grab a coffee, go to a club, but they have been stalking you. They have been watching you for a while. Let me drink some water. Let's go into more detail with the Panther Oracle. Someone is craving, like, something was telling me, somebody is craving your energy. Someone is craving your love. Someone is craving your body, and they're just mad that they have not had it yet. It's making them go mad. Oh, that's way too many, Spirit. Oh, Spirit, what's going on with these cards? A little sloppy today. A lot of red cards are coming out. Your root chakra could be getting affected along with your sacral. I mean, that's where a lot of, the sexual active energy is coming from. But yeah, very heavy lower chakra base colors here. Interesting. First card I have is Fury. Offense, madness, unpleasantness. So this is the energy that I was speaking about, how someone is just in this rage that this person believes you are the one to satisfy their craving, their thirst, their temptation. And maybe for some of you in the collective, you have told them no, you have, like, ignore whatever advances that this person has sent to you in the most respectful way. But this person cannot take a no. It's like, again, they need your body, they need your energy, they need your presence to satisfy something within them that they feel they cannot satisfy on their own. Yes, you can. Cross watcher, if you're watching this, no one is going to be able to take care of whatever satisfactions that you need. You need to understand what is it that needs to be satisfied and how it can be satisfied in the most respectful and positive way. Like I said, we're human. Of course, we're going to have cravings and be tempted and, have something to be satisfied with. But we have to do it in healthy outlets. I'm just going to say, off in a tangent, there's plenty of stores online and out in the world that do have those type of special toys, if you know what I mean. Of course you can be satisfied that way. But again, like, I understand for some of you it's more than that. You crave, like, that intimate connection, the touch, the understanding of one's mind, to be seen, to be held, to be understood. And that is a craving that definitely a lot of us sense. We have this energy of, we crave to be, a belonging to something or someone. But again, the way this person, or it could be you in the collective that may be going through this, like, this is not a healthy way. You are becoming obsessed with an energy that you cannot control. I mean, they are not yours to control. And vice versa. They cannot control you. Next I have is stubbornness, selfness, mulish attitude, arrogance. So this could also be for some of you in the collective, like, you have told this person, I have no interest in, communicating with you, talking to you, being with you. I don't even want to do a one night stand with you. And this person is not respecting your wishes. Again, because their cravings have not been satisfied, they're becoming more obsessed and feel like the only way this can happen is through your body or through your energy. They feel you are their elixir, you are their medicine. But this is an energy that they can heal on their own. But they don't want that. They're more focused on the fleshly pleasures, let's just say. And they feel only being pleasured through the flesh is going to be the key and the answer for whatever thirst that they're experiencing. Now, next I have is accident, danger, caution, injury. During this full moon and during, like, the next month of April and even going into May, collective, you're going to have to be very careful, because with this accident, it seems like somebody is coming into this energy of, if I cannot have you, then no one can. And they will likely do some type of bodily harm to you. Now, if they are not busy stalking you, and mind you, for some of you in the collective, I do sense a stalker energy coming through this reading. Maybe for some of you, you've been aware of it for a while, and let this be confirmation that there is someone stalking you, and you're going to have to take necessary steps to protect yourself. You're going to have to document, like, every time you see this person, get a picture of them, record them, like, do whatever you need to do to build up evidence to keep yourself safe. Now, for some of you who are not physically stalking you, they are stalking you in the spiritual realm. They are going to likely, they are likely going to witches to tap into your energy and stalk you through your dreams, through your aura, through your visions. kind of subliminally trying to seduce you, trying to subliminally wanting you to crave for them, wanting them, in your life, in your body. And then for some, if it's neither of those cases, then you do have someone that, again, if they cannot have you, no one can. And they're sending some type of spell work to cause an accident that you are unable to move around. For some of you, even worse, a little bit more, something more permanent. But yes, this person wants to hurt you because they cannot have you. So, take heed of this warning. Now, last I have is saving, preservation, collection, meanness. So when I was looking at this card, something told me save yourself for the right person. Now, I'm not saying you gotta withhold, sex or whatever urges for the right person. For me, save yourself for the right, and for when it's the right energy, when you feel, safe, secured, loved and seen. Don't be giving up your butt for just anybody. Like Spirit is saying, like, it's okay to like withhold and save yourself for the right person, because there is a right person for you that's going to love you and hold you and cherish you. They're not going to look at you as something to satisfy themselves with. They're going to look at you with much more respect and see the power that you have within you. So I would say, like, all right, interesting, Spirit. I would say if some of you do feel committed to do this within the full moon, speak to your guides and to the Lord about making a decision to save yourself when you have the right person that is compatible with your energy, that's going to see you for who you are, that's going to respect you and love you for who you are, that's not going to put you in all of these stresses that this other person is putting you through, either if you're aware or unaware of. Let's go into more detail with some tarot. If anything, something told me like they don't deserve the energy, the medicine that your body holds. They will take it for granted. They would just use it and abuse it. That's why I guess with the saving card here, Spirit is saying, you're gonna have to hold off on, these sexual energies. And I know like there are other energies that can be involved here, but I mainly feel more strong of the sexual energy right now with this reading. Consider that with the timing of things right now, and things are coming into bloom and people are coming out more often, there are going to be energies that, again, are just wanting to feel satisfied and disregard people's feelings and emotions. So, for spring, if you were thinking about, being a little bit more fun and like saying like, fuck it, let me go do a one night stand, you might want to hold off on that idea. Because Spirit is saying the energy your body holds is pure. Even, and this has nothing to do with like virginity, like, with or without virginity, the energy in your body is pure. And it should be respected by people who see that and respect that. No. Nope, don't close on me. Okay. card, Spirit. Yeah, okay. Actually, before I continue to shuffle, I have to say this. Like, I'm feeling this energy strongly, like, for some reason. And, I guess this is more of like a cultural and societal thing, that purity is equivalent to virginity. And in my experience and observation, just because you lose your virginity does not mean your body is pure. Your pureness comes from your heart, from your soul, how you carry yourself, how you act and go according into this world. That is where your purity comes from. Now, when it comes to sex, however, that, in my opinion, is all about energy exchangement. And you don't want to be exchanging your energy to something or someone that, again, it's not going to respect and reciprocate that same love and energy back into you. And then for a lot of you in the collective, the energy that you hold within your body is very pure. It's very powerful. It is something that it should not be abused and used. And spirit, I guess, is stressing for you, like for this full moon, to take note of that. The power of your pureness, or, the power of purity. And again, it doesn't mean like you have to, for some of you, especially like if you're in a relationship, it doesn't exactly mean you have to like withhold from sex. But if you feel like, again, the energy is not being reciprocated back to you in all fair and lovingness, with or without sex, then you are, responsible and have the authority to hold that purity back, to hold that power back, that energy of love and tenderness and kindness. All right. So under Fury, I have the Fool. So this person feels like they can create a new life, a new energy, a new experience with you. They kind of see you as like a portal or a gate to like a new life, but only involving themselves in what they want. And I feel for some of you, this could be like an ex or someone that you had recently dated and you decided to like, call things off. This person has become obsessive with you. It's like, what's that term? Fatal attraction to some of you to some point. This is a very sad energy because I'm kind of also picking up, it was like an energy that this person never experienced until you gave it to them, or vice versa. And now that certain things did not work out and you decided to put distance and move on, that's all they know. And, continue to crave that energy. This could be someone that had abandonment issues. Maybe for some of you, you're realizing that certain abandonment issues have given you this strong sense of like wanting to be with someone always 24/7. And I do see that with this moon, spirit wants you to kind of take a hold of that and work on that energy, because now it's becoming to a point where it's an unhealthy obsession. But yes, going back to a lot of you that are dealing with this energy, like I said, this person never felt energies or emotions the way they felt being around you, but they did not appreciate it. They just thought, like, yeah, this is nice, and I figure I can get it from everyone else. You can't. You had, again, this special type of energy, this special type of pureness that they loved but didn't appreciate it. I'm going to pull an extra card for this Fool. All right. I have the Magician. So yeah, this is actually the energy a lot of you are embodying during this time, or that you do embody this very magical, not like manipulative in a positive kind of energy, where you're able to manipulate elements and things to your way. You know, they see you as like a divine being full of magic and light. You know, whatever you want, you can have. And for some of you, they see that and they envy you of that. If there is like, why them and not me? Well, because you have not worked on certain emotions and discipline yourself, especially when it comes to your obsessions and cravings. You have not disciplined those energies and kept them in check. For a lot of you in the collective with this Magician card, you have mastered and disciplined whatever thirst and cravings that you have experienced throughout life. You have made sure to find the balance of, you know, satisfying yourself in positive outlets. You know, again, sexual or not. You found positive ways to deal with these cravings. Now, with stubbornness, I have the Six of Cups here. Now, for some of you, I feel like this could be associated with a childhood friend, childhood boyfriend. Like, oh, this is very toxic. Could be someone that they felt like when they saw you at like 7 years old that they were going to marry you and you were going to be like, you know, their bride or their groom, and that was it. Like they were stuck in their head that I'm going to marry this person no matter what. I feel like also with this Six of Cups here, this person is really stuck in a very immature energy, wanting to get what they want, and that is that. Very childish. Only focusing again what they want, how they want to be satisfied, how they want to be taken care of. That's all that matters to them. Now, with accident, I have the King of Cups. This person is a master manipulator. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like with the Libra, like collective, you know, there are certain Libras, they're very masterful at manipulation. You know, I would say like, you know, in each zodiac group, I feel like there's one person or one sign that's like a master with manipulation. For the air signs, I believe it's Libras. For the fire signs, I strongly believe it's Aries. For the earth signs, Virgos. And then for the water signs, for me, it's between the Pisces and the Cancers. And that's me as a Pisces speaking. Like if we want to, we will manipulate things in a way that you're not even aware of. But with this energy of manipulation, you can use it for good. But with this King of Cups here, I am not sensing any positive manipulation. Again, this is an energy that it seems from childhood, this person grew up feeling very entitled to get what they want, to whatever that they were, you know, craving or thirsting over. It was going to be satisfied like that, like that. You know, this could be also someone that has been very privileged, and if they do not get things in a certain way, then they will cause some type of accident or do some type of destructive energy towards those who do not please them. I'm going to pull an extra card for this King of Cups. And look, I'm not dissing or saying anybody is like, you know, you're being evil and manipulative. Like, again, it's energy, and it depends how you use that energy. I believe with the power of manipulation, you can use it for good, but it's about how you use it and when you use it. If you're using it to hurt and control others, then you're not using that energy in a positive way. Like, manipulation is one of those energies that are to be used in certain dire circumstances. or you're going to have to use some type of trickery energy to get yourself out of danger. Oh, you know what? That's interesting. Maybe that's also what some of you need to do here to avoid this accident. Like, even though this person is manipulative, they're also very childish. And I think for some of you to avoid this, like, whatever danger, you're going to have to play their game. You know, kind of like, Frank, get it together. You're going to have to play their game, give them a taste of their own medicine. Let them know, like, you're not the only, master manipulator in this group or like in this connection. Very interesting. All right. So with the King of Cups, I have the Chariot. Cancer energy. I was just speaking about Cancer. This kind of feels confirmation what I just said. You're going to have to play their own game in order to kind of get yourself out of this situation. I do feel for some of you in the collective, you have been, I guess, in this energy of like being trapped by this manipulative energy, and you're trying to figure out how to escape it without having any type of harm done to you. So you need to kind of like study this person, their actions, their behavior, everything that they want, need, and desire, their cravings. You know what? Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying like you have to use their cravings as their own, as a weapon. If they are the ones that are craving you, you will have to become the weapon. But you have to do it in a more, it's like they're playing checkers and you got to play chess. You got to be 5 moves ahead while they're busy trying to figure out a strategy. Because again, like with the Fury and the Accident cards here, this person is very dangerous and they can become, do something reckless and compulsive against you. And, the last thing I want for my collective is to be in danger. So you are going to have to really be mindful and play, it's like it's cruel, but you are going to have to play mind games with this person. And then for some of you, you just also need to straight up just like get up and go away from this person. Like if you have the means, like if you have a place to go, money in your account and nothing to like hold back, nothing that's holding you back. Spirit is saying it's time for you to go and move forward, to align you to the right energies that again are going to respect you. Now, last with savings, I have the 2 of Cups along with the 4 of Swords. And it goes back to the other message that I was saying about how, wait, be patient, hold off on whatever connections that you wish to have. You are going to be aligning to the right person at the right time. And I like that at the end we have the 2 of Cups here with the saving, because it is going to be worth saving your energy and saving your purity for the right person at the right time. Spirit is going to make sure to align you to the energies that you are deserving of, that it's going to fulfill you and this person in the most positive energies and aspects. Both of you are going to be able to satisfy your cravings, of each other in the most rightful and respectful way. This person will not look at you like as, just a thing to put to the side. They're going to see you for who you are and respect the energy that is within you. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of water and let's wrap up this message. Let's get some final messages from the Clo cards. See what the Clo has to say about this situation. Oh, that's way too many. These two. No, okay. Just one more, Spirit. All right, first card I have is, come on, we have the sleep. I feel like Spirit is telling you, like, even though these energies do seem stressful, don't lose sleep over them. Spirit is saying to be easy on your mind and on your energies. And I do kind of feel that for some of you, this person has been disturbing your sleep. Like they could be coming into your dreams and like trying to tempt you and all of these energies. You are going to have to take certain steps and precautions before you go to bed to protect your energy. You might need to play a mantra or some type of frequency overnight on your television. Or for some of you, you're going to have to sleep with certain stones or protective stones under your mattress or just around you in general. For some of you, you're told to sleep with a bag of black salt in your pillow. For some of you, you are told to have hymns or certain prayers under your pillow to protect you from unwanted sexual energies. And ask the Spirit as you sleep to recover and regain the energy that has been lost and stolen back to you, cleansed, healed, and renewed. So yes, that was very specific instructions. And then last I have is the loop. I like that this card is here because it seems like with this full moon, we're going to be breaking out of these loops of these energies that are very manipulative, very succubus, incubus-like energies that are just, craving everything that you are, but won't respect you for who you are. But you're breaking that pattern, you're breaking that connection. You're breaking a lot of these energies that they want to bind you and hold you to. Give me 1 second. A lot of you feel like you can't break out of this energy, but you can. It's this other entity that is making you feel trapped because they are making you believe that you need them. You don't need them. If they needed you that badly, they will respect you and love you in the right energies and the right ways. But the way this energy is looking, they don't even respect themselves. All they know is to satisfy what they're feeling and then move on until the next urge or craving comes up. For some of you with this loop card here, you're also finally breaking out of that, probably that pattern of like just satisfying your craving and moving forward. So congrats. I feel for some of you, you might be doing some type of AA club or like going to seek some type of help to break this loop. So congrats. I wish you all the best. But for those, like going back with the sleep card here, you need to do everything and more to protect your energy during this time because something is definitely ending. Cycles are ending and people are very unhappy about it. They have seen you again, your body, as a purity source, and you're about to cut them off of that. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more insights and messages. I would definitely appreciate it, and it will give tremendous support to my channel. And thank you to the new and current viewers for coming back to viewers and subscribers. For coming back to my channel to see the insight and messages that I give out. I hope my readings are giving you the insight, clarity, and messages that you need. And if you found that this reading did not resonate, no worries. Feel free to check out the other readings on my channel. There's definitely a message there for you. So my collective, again, be mindful of this full moon that's coming through. do everything that you need to do to protect yourself, even if it means like um, matching the enemy's energies. But don't do it for too long because, yeah, they're very unstable. You're going to have to be very witty and creative with some of your escapes. For a lot of you, hold off on some of these energies that you want to explore during the spring. It seems like now is not the time because there are a lot of thirsty people out here just, again, wanting to satisfy their urges and then dump you to the side. Spirit is saying you do not deserve that. I didn't put all of this beautiful energy in you for you to get tossed in the trash. So again, be mindful of that. Other than that, I do see for a lot of you in the collective, you are matching with the right person at the right time. And for some of you that are again in a relationship, I do see that energy is going to be getting stronger now that you're understanding the balances and the energies within you and around you and along with your partner. So I do see there's a beautiful energy and harmony coming in. But again, be protective, mindful, and careful of your energy within your body, within your mind, and within your soul. And with that said, stay safe and have a good day.